What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA High Five video with your boy. Drop a like down below if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment anything in the comments section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. As you guys know, most of the times you do not hear from me on the weekends. Most of the time I do not make videos on the weekends, but I figured, hey, I didn't make any videos all week until yesterday. I figured I'd go ahead and make up for it and do a weekend video for y'all. Might as well. I'm sitting here studying the slate anyways. So let's go ahead and get into the first look and give my high five for the beginning of the day. As time goes on, as you guys know, with NBA especially, when injuries and stuff come up, things can change. So this isn't like a set in stone high five. You got to play these five guys, and then you know what I mean. You got to keep up with updates and stuff like that as the day goes on because certain things are going to change. But as of right now, a beginning of the day look, let's get straight into it. Starting off, on smallish slates like 5 games and stuff, you have to get the right spend up. Now, out of everybody on this slate, it's got to be LeBron James and it's got to be Damian Lillard. In my opinion, with Dame facing Washington in such a plus matchup, still missing McCollum and all that stuff, he's really, really dangerous. And I feel the need to be able to get most likely, as of right now, first look, I'm really liking what I'm landing on with LeBron and Dame. So I'm going to double stud it as of right now. Dame without CJ McCollum has just been lights out. The dude's been absolutely balling. Now he gets a very plus matchup against Washington. This should be a good close game. Fantasy points wise in general, you always want you always want players from teams playing either of these teams. You know what I mean? And now they're playing against each other. It's just a great spot. LeBron James, no Anthony Davis, as well as no Dennis Schroeder, is a bump to LeBron, obviously. This should be a close game as well. Anytime LeBron is going to be in a game that's going to be close, regardless of matchup, if the game is projected to be close and you believe that it's going to stay close, LeBron James is always an elite play. The times when LeBron is not in play is when the game could be lopsided and blow out. You know what I mean? Because when the Lakers blow people out, LeBron's not going to play the fourth. So in this situation against Miami, a very solid team like Miami, I think this game stays close. I really, really love this situation here for LeBron at home in Los Angeles. And like I said, no AD, no Dennis Schroeder. So these two guys are great spend ups on this slate. All right, now you're going to need some value, obviously, if you're going both these spend ups. So Alex Caruso, I know he let people down in a way last game. He did get 17 at 3-4, which is great. The plus side is he did get 26 minutes. So if he's going to play 26 to 30-ish range of minutes, I like Caruso more than I like Caldwell Pope, more than I like Wesley Matthews. I get it. Wesley Matthews probably going to start. Caldwell Pope's going to start. But Caruso is probably going to play a little bit less minutes than them, but at the end of the day, Caruso is more of a fantasy point per minute player in general. Okay, Caruso put up 17 and his offensive output was like non existent last game. If he can get some offensive output going on here in this matchup, off the bench too, in a better situation than the starters are against this Miami solid defense, Alex Caruso could be a solid, solid option here at 3-9. And I feel pretty safe for him to hit 20 DraftKings points today. So at minimum 5x, in my opinion. Caruso at 3-9, like I said, I like him more than Wesley Matthews. I like him more than Caldwell Pope. I like him more than the other cheap options on the Lakers because Caruso is more of a fantasy point per minute player in general. Horton Tucker actually has more fantasy points per minute than Caruso. So if for some reason, pay attention to their starting lineup. If for some reason Horton Tucker ends up in the starting lineup or something, Horton Tucker over Caruso all day long. Okay. The problem is Horton Tucker hasn't been playing the minutes Caruso's been playing. Horton Tucker's been playing barely 20 minutes, where Caruso's safer for 25 or more. Now, if like I said, if Horton Tucker somehow makes the starting lineup with them just trying to like play with it, then yeah, you're gonna want Horton Tucker. Or if news comes out that Horton Tucker's gonna play a ton of minutes, you want Horton Tucker. All right, Horton Tucker is more of a fantasy point per minute guy. He's a better scorer than Caruso, but his minutes aren't there like Caruso. So pay attention to that whole situation. Whoever gets minutes of these two, I'm going to want. Next up, we have at power forward. I know that he is limited right now, but this matchup is really, really good, and I can see 30 pretty easily. And at 5'4", 30 is almost 6x. Okay, and that's just his floor, in my opinion. Marvin Bagley is just a super consistent player in general, man. And at the end of the day, his minutes are hiking up. He played 21 minutes back, and then he played 24 against Miami. He's had a couple days off now. I'm expecting over 24 minutes, maybe a few minutes more, maybe 25, 26. But this matchup against Chicago, it's a great spot for Marvin Bagley. I'm gonna go out on a limb and bet that he makes 40 to 45 DraftKings points. I know that's wild with him being limited under 30 minutes, but this matchup against Chicago, and I'm expecting about 26 or so minutes if I had to guess. I would say his upside is crazy. If you look at earlier on in the year, he played 29 minutes. Now he's not going to play that much, but he played 29 minutes earlier against Chicago this year, and he got 46 in 29 minutes. Take away 3 of those minutes or so, I still see him about 40 or so. So I like Marvin Bagley a lot here in this one. I'm hoping we can get him low owned. And to finish it off on the other side, speaking of good matchups, Wendell Carter has a great matchup as well. This is another game outside of Washington, Portland. Sacramento, Chicago is definitely a spot you want to get involved in too. With the Miami Laker game, obviously you want to get some Lakers because they're missing big key guys like AD and Schroeder, but that's more of a defensive battle. Sacramento, Chicago, there's no defense involved there. Washington, Portland, no defense involved there. There's going to be a lot of fantasy points with these guys from these teams. Wendell Carter at 5-1. I really like him here, man. I feel pretty confident for 30 here. Earlier on in the year, he got 39 against Sacramento. The matchup's just great for bigs against Sacramento. And plus, it's just going to be a fast-paced, up and down the floor kind of matchup. Wendell Carter excels in that type of situation. I'm expecting 25 to 30 minutes, and he should be able to at least floor is 25 at 5-1. So he's 5xing as a floor, in my opinion. And that's it. We got LeBron James, no AD, no Dennis Schroeder. Alex Caruso or Talen Horton-Tucker. Like I said, I talked about the situation a minute ago. Depending on their starting lineup, if they play with the starting lineup. Now, if Wesley Matthews and Caldwell Pope start again or whatever they end up doing, or Wesley Matthews starts and I don't know. But if Caruso or Talen Horton-Tucker are both off the bench again, I'm going to say go Caruso. Caruso's more set in stone minutes where Talen Horton-Tucker has been playing as many minutes, okay? Now, if something comes out that Talen Horton-Tucker's going to get a bump in minutes, then I like him over Caruso. If Talen Horton-Tucker ends up in the starting lineup, I like Talen Horton-Tucker. If Tucker's off the bench and Caruso makes the starting lineup somehow, I want Caruso. So just those type of situations you need to keep an eye on. Marvin Bagley feels like a fantastic play, and like I said, I want a lot of Sacramento, a lot of Chicago, a lot of Washington, a lot of Portland today. Golden State, Charlotte, we didn't have any players from there because Charlotte guys' prices have gone up. Now might be a good time to grab some Gordon Hayward at 7-4. His price seems a little low. I have him projected right around like 38 and a half, 39, something like that. So he should be pretty safe for 5xing at that price. But the Martin brothers were just announced a minute ago to be back, but Devontae Graham is still out. So Rozier is a solid option, but his price has risen. Let me see. His price has gone up to 8K, so you need 40 just for 5X. So I don't love the price raise on him. They have LaMelo Ball's upside kind of taken away at almost 9K. But yeah, Golden State, Charlotte, there's some spots there. I mean, I still like Draymond Green with all these bigs missing. He's in a great option going against the youngster PJ Washington. I like PJ Washington as well on the Charlotte side. So there's some good spots today on this slate. I feel De'Aaron Fox is pretty safe for 40 at 8x against Chicago in this matchup. Obviously, if you want to take a chance and go down from a James or a Lillard to like a Zach LaVine who could literally match either of them, I completely understand. Bradley Beal. Normally, I'll play Beal or Westbrook when the other is missing, but I'll take more of a deeper look into that. But like I said, a lot of my time today is going to be spent on which main guys I want from Washington, Portland, Sacramento, Chicago. That's the main spot I'm interested in because fantasy points are just set in stone to be going off there. So I'll be doing a lot of research there and trying to, figure out which guys are the plays from that game. And you get those right guys in, you mix them around with the solid value for the slate, and you're good. So Dame Lillard, LeBron James, as of right now, first look, I feel like these guys are the craziest upside players in small slate. I really love these guys, and I haven't struggled too much with guys like Carter and Bagley being in the 5K range and Caruso at 3K, or 4K. Let's just go ahead and call it 4. But anyway, that's it, y'all. Thank you for watching, as always. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad, man. Let's smash. Let's get this money, and I'm out. Peace.